Hey guys, welcome back. Alrighty, so we just killed that Gleeok down here, that flame Gleeok. I figured, since I was talking about the variations between different types, I figured I'd go find a Frost Gleeok. And here I am, just northwest of Snowfield Stable here. Snowfield Stable here. Say that 5 times fast. Alright, so now for this fight, I like to get my horse. Now, keep in mind there's a high probability you'll get him killed, so, guys, I highly recommend saving that game, just in case things go horribly wrong. But beyond that, all other rules apply. So I'm going to arm up, suit up, and eat up. Just in case you're new to my videos, I'll kind of show you what that means. I got my bone weapon proficiency going. I got my savage Lionel bow. Now, normally I would have Gibdo bones. I really like to kill these guys from the air, but, we don't have that. So I'm going to kind of do the fight and show you guys how to do it without the Gibdo bones. Okay, so I'm going to shield up now. This is Ruby. That's because it's temperature control. But at some point, I'll have to unequip that because I don't want to melt the ice block I need to ride up on. But I'll get to that here later. Next thing, I got my bone weapon proficiency tipped weapon. Now, this Royal Guard Claymore, unfortunately, has been swung a few times at that last Gleeok I killed. So typically, ideally, I'd like to go in here with a fresh weapon. Reason being, I'd like to go in there and swing around and get him almost dead. So dead to the point he's going to go really high up in the air. That's ideally. Now again, this thing's been swung, so it's going to break super fast. That's not going to happen. And then I'll have to bump it down to that weapon, and then it's really not going to happen. But I'm actually kind of glad, because I want to show you guys his different attacks anyway, especially his ground-based attacks. Those things are kind of tough to, deal with. And then some aerial attacks he does, he'll shoot like these frost balls at you, and then they splinter off into these giant icicles. And those are tough to dodge too, and they all freeze you, and then he really kicks your butt. So again, I'm going to show you guys ways around all of that. But again, really the way to go here is those Gibdo bones. Alright guys, so without any further ado, I'll go ahead and get to work. Now again, save that game, folks. And I'm going to kind of steer the horse off to the left a little bit when I, right before I jump off. And make sure you jump with the X button. That's going to give you a lot of time in the air. Okay, so now notice I turned my horse to the left. That's so he doesn't run straight into and under him when he falls down. Okay, so now you should be well within his range to get those headshots. And make sure you're getting that headshot here on the ground. And you're going to notice, sometimes you're going to swing and the sound changes a little bit. So if you're too far down on the neck, or you're not lined up just right for the head, the sound will be a little bit different. When you hit the head, it's like a sharper snap or something. And I don't know if... I'm going to try to do that for you because I don't want to get him too far dead anyway, so I can show you those ground-based attacks. So I'm going to kind of start back on the neck a little bit and work my way forward and stop talking so you can hear the difference. Okay, so you heard that sharper sound as I went closer to the head. Okay, now notice all these objects here, guys. And don't worry about that puff of air. That doesn't damage you. The balls will, unfortunately, but this is why I picked this area here, for all these obstacles. And there's tons of them, guys. So now from here, you can do some bow and arrow damage, and if you feel like you're too far away, this is when you can attach those wings. And that'll make sure that the arrows go far enough to get that headshot. But, I like to actually, and it's just personal preference, if you have these, this is one of the things I like to use them for. It gives you a ton of time in the air, gives you a lot of altitude, and I feel like it just helps put me in control of my battlefield. Now, if I had the Gibdo bones, this is where, guys, it really takes it out of them. You attach a Gibdo bone, whoops. You attach a Gibdo bone every time, you keep drilling him in the heads, and you can see how you can get him quick, just insanely fast that way. But again, we don't have them, so I'll go down here and do it the right way. Okay, now I don't want to actually kill him, I could. But I just want to get him low enough, I think it's 25% health or less. He's going to do his final attack. Now I don't want to get my horse killed, and this is another potential killing point. So I'm actually going to kind of ride him away, because what's going to happen is he's going to start dropping these really big ice chunks at us. So you can see I just kind of rode the horse away there. Now I'm sprinting back toward the dragon. So go ahead and get your recall ready. What I'm waiting for is these big ice chunks to fall, and this is where I'm going to have to unequip my shield, unfortunately. Because that ruby shield, it's going to melt these things, and that's not exactly what you want. Okay, so now I'm going to be quick about this, because these things are going to continually keep falling, so you got to be super quick on the draw. But, you know, assuming you can get one of these, go ahead and ride it up like an elevator, and it'll kind of launch you up in the air a bit, and you're going to have plenty of time, guys, to get right up into his face. But once again, if you're worried you're a little too far away from him... Uh-oh. Uh-oh, where's his head? Okay. But if you feel like you're, you know, just a little bit too far away from him... yeah, I was afraid that was going to happen. Come on! Okay, that's why we have fairies. So, you know, I delayed a little too long there. You want to start hitting those heads before he has a chance to throw ice at you. So unfortunately, I was just probably about a half a second too late getting that headshot in. And I learned my lesson the hard way by wasting a fairy. Alright guys, at this point you can take your shield back out. Actually, I could have done that as soon as I was done riding the elevator back up. But, you know, as you can see, there's plenty of ways around his attacks. Gibdo bones really are the way to go, but, you know, this is a way you can do it without those. Folks, if you enjoyed the video, please take a moment to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Especially if you've got other tricks up your sleeves with these guys. That really might help out somebody else who's reading the comments. Alright folks, hope that helps. Best of luck and happy hunting!